And while we are on China, China continues to grapple with its COVID woes. The country is now facing a new wave of COVID-19 infections that could see as many as 65 million cases per week by the end of June. Now, even as authorities rush to bolster their vaccine arsenal to target the latest Omicron variant XBB, which has been fueling a resurgence in the cases across China since late April. Now, COVID cases surged in China after Beijing abandoned its zero COVID policy late last year. The first wave, after the relaxation of the COVID restrictions, had waned as of early February. Now, according to the official records with the Ministry of Science and Technology, about 85% of China's 1.4 billion people have been infected with the virus. Several experts in China, however, have said that China will soon have 2 homegrown COVID vaccines available to tackle the strains, including XBB. Meanwhile, the United States Health Services have said that they are continuously monitoring the situation in China and several measures are being taken to tackle the situation. But remember, this becomes rather concerning as the head of the World Health Organization, or the WHO, Dr. Tedros, had already issued a warning that the world must get ready for the next pandemic, which he said might be even more deadlier than the COVID-19 pandemic.
We continue to monitor the reports of a second wave of COVID-19 cases in the PRC. We've been having discussions about them with our allies and partners. We don't want to see people anywhere, obviously, suffering from COVID-19. The U.S. government remains committed to working with the PRC on transnational challenges, including on global health matters and maintaining open lines of communication. And in conjunction with the CDC, we are monitoring the situation, but don't have any updates at this time.
If we do not make the changes that must be made, then who will? And if we do not make them now, and when? When the next pandemic comes knocking, and it will, we must be ready to answer decisively, collectively, and equitably. And for enhanced international cooperation, the Pandemic Accord, a generational commitment that we will not go back to the old cycle of panic and neglect that left our world vulnerable, but move forward with a shared commitment to meet shared threats with a shared response. That's why we say the Pandemic Accord is a generational agreement. A commitment from this generation is important because it's this generation that experiences how awful a small virus could be.